He died and his partner was seriously injured a week ago under what remain mysterious circumstances. The partner, whose name has not been released, says he has no memory of the incident along the border. The numbers in Egypt just keep growing now. More than 300 dead, about 130 wounded in yesterday's attack on a mosque by more than 24 terrorists in 5 vehicles. But no group has claimed responsibility. It's already a good weekend for retailers, with Black Friday transactions running about 17% ahead of last year. Most of that's happened online, which is great news for the nation's #1 online store.
Now, Amazon's the clear winner here. It now accounts for 43% of online retail sales. On the losing side, nearly 7,000 store closures have already been announced this year. And companies like Toys R Us, Payless, Radio Shack, many others have all filed for bankruptcy.
Correspondent Christine Roman says we spent about $5 billion in the first 24 hours of the shopping season. The police chief in Los Angeles says his department is working on 28 sex crimes cases involving Hollywood and media figures. Charlie Beck tells the LA Times more to come. Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore has launched new ads featuring women who support him, but one of that state's most popular figures is backing Democrat Doug Jones. Charles Barkley explains it this way.
Everybody's going crazy over this sexual allegations. Roy Moore would have, to me, when he bought in Steve Bannon, should have been disqualified. I don't understand. I mean, to me, that's how can you have a guy who's running with a white separatist running for a political office?
And Barkley's day just got better as his alma mater, Auburn, just beat Alabama. It's gone final. Top-ranked Alabama falls to Auburn 26-14. I'm Rich Johnson.
We alarm our houses, and we alarm our cars. But when it comes to your personal information, it can be tough to know when something isn't right. That's where Discover Card can help. Now, we'll send you an alert if we find your Social Security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
Sarah, can you step in here a moment?
Sure.
So, big news?
Oh?
You're being promoted to regional sales manager.
That's great to hear, Alan. Thank you.
Dr. Corporate, approved memo.
Tens of millions of songs, one for every moment. Amazon Music Unlimited. For a limited time only, sign up today and receive 3 months for 99 cents at amazon.com/music unlimited. Automatically renews, cancel anytime.
Sarah, you can leave now.
Arg, matey. When it's time for lunch, when it's time for dinner, when the show's over, when the day's over, when it's time to chill, where do we go? Over to Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub. It's literally in our backyard, right in back of the WTAN studios at 700 Eldridge Street, just north of downtown Clearwater. Just look for the broadcast tower. Nancy's food and atmosphere get rave reviews. The laid-back patio is a great place to hang out, dine, and listen to live music at night. And Nancy's one of the friendliest proprietors in town. And now, Nancy is serving Sunday Jazz Brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brunch served with eggs Benedict, crepes, waffles, lox and bagels, shrimp, oysters, and a build-your-own omelet. That's all at Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub, 700 Eldridge Street in Clearwater. That's right where Eldridge crosses the Pinellas Trail between Myrtle and Fort Harrison. Call 446-3717. 446-3717.
Hey, this is Captain Keith Colburn of The Wizard on Deadliest Catch. I love Naughty Nancy's.
If you would like to become a wholesale buyer of the premium quality longevity product that you hear about right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network, for personal service, you can pick up the phone right now and call Lola at 727-441-3311. Again, that's Lola at 727-441-3311. Or for even faster service, log on to tantalkhealth.com. That's tantalkhealth.com. Here's to your health and longevity.
Initialize sequence.
Hey, what up, you guys? It's your girl, Vivica Fox.
This is Kelly Preston. I'm so excited.
Hey, this is Vern Schroyer.
I'm Kirstie Alley.
I'm Kathleen Gatty from General Hospital, Dr. Liesel Obrecht.
Hello, I'm Butch Patrick.
John Snyder, you're listening to Dawn Reese, a Hollywood Connection.
Lights, camera, action.
Hollywood Connections is here to help you get connected in show business.
So get connected and listen to Hollywood Connections, Saturdays, 6 to 8 p.m. here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Enjoy.
Hi, this is John Austin, host of the Book Club on the Tan Talk Radio Network. I spent 35 years in publishing, and today I want to tell you about a book that could change your life. The book is No Cash, No Problem. The author is Dave Wagenford. Dave Wagenford is one of the greatest barter experts in the world. He's bartered over $500 million in goods and services. If you want to remodel your home, but the cost is just too high, or maybe there's an automobile that you have dreamed of owning but thought you just couldn't afford, well, this book will allow you to do both of those things, plus hundreds more with little or no cash. Maybe you're a business owner with a cash flow problem that leads to low or non-existing profits. Read this book and see how you can increase your cash flow and your profits by time-proven techniques. The book again is No Cash, No Problem, and you can buy it now online at www.tantalknetwork.com. Click on the book and follow the instructions, or pick up the phone and call Lola at 727-441-3311. The book costs only $6.99, so do yourself a favor and buy the book today.
Don't turn it off now. You need this stuff. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk Radio Network.
Initialize sequence now.
Join the countdown. For actors, modeling, singers, songwriters, musicians, dancers, performers, and voiceovers. From across the nation to across the world. Here with Dawn Reese on Hollywood Connections on Tan Talk Radio 106.1 FM.
Hey, this is Vern Troyer, and you're listening to Dawn Reese's Hollywood Connections.
Hey, what up, you guys? It's your girl, Vivica Fox. You are watching Hollywood Connections on Tan Talk Radio with Dawn. Little foxy thing. Enjoy.
Hi, you're listening to Hollywood Connections with Don Meese, and I'm Kathleen Gatty from General Hospital, Dr. Liesl Obrecht.
Hello, I'm Butch Patrick, and you're listening to Dawn Reese's Tan Talk Radio, Hollywood Connections.
This is Michelle Nichols. Live long and prosper. Dawn Reese, Hollywood Connections.
John Schneider, you're listening to Dawn Reese on Hollywood Connection.
Listening to Hollywood Connections, I'm Kirstie Alley.
You are listening to Hollywood Connections with Dawn. And this is Kelly Preston. I'm so excited.
Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream? Everybody comes here. This is Hollywood, land of dreams. Some dreams come true, some don't. But keep on dreaming. This is Hollywood. Always time to dream, so keep on dreaming.
All right, it's Saturday. You know what that means. It's your #1 entertainment show in the Tampa Bay area, Hollywood Connections. Now your host, the lady with all the connections, Dawn Reese. Lights, camera, action. You're on.
Well, thank you so much. We had to move our show from the 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock hour only this week. We're going to go 2 hours in January. Again, we're so excited. And first, I want to have everyone say a prayer for my producer, Peter. And I have to bring this up because I went through this. And Peter, my condolences and my love and my heart and everything goes out to your father passing away over the holiday here. And we just keep you in our prayers, and everybody else. It's a really tough one to go through, I
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, my husband was wearing some Old Spice, I was just telling you, and in the car to my mother-in-law's, and I'm like, don't wear that. And all of a sudden the tears were like, oh, because my father used to wear that, and so just triggers, and we just pray for, strength for you as well, Peter Blake.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, with the radio and everything, it's hard because a lot of the things that he taught me, I used on radio and used on my show. So it's definitely been, a difficult day. I've been back the first time I've been back. So I really appreciate it. I do.
And you know what else, Peter? I'll tell you, my mother would always say, when things start happening after she passed away, watch out because I'm in God's office talking to him. That was my mom. And I told Peter, I said, watch things happen for his dreams to come reality even more so because his dad's, in there talking to God as well, saying, I got a son named Peter down there. And, Peter's one of your favorite names.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There you go.
Well, anyways, we're going to kick off. We've got some amazing Hollywood guests that are in the Christian film industry. I've been watching a lot of PureFlex movies, and I'll tell you, I just love PureFlex. And I know, Peter, we have one of the directors on the phone, right?
We got a couple guests on the line right now. We got one right now, so let's go to the phone lines here.
Let's do that.
Here we
Hi,
go.
welcome.
Hollywood Connections.
Welcome to my show and helping people get connected. Who's on the air with me?
Hi, this is Karen Lefowitz.
Hi, yes, Karen. So you were one of the actresses, correct, in the film?
Correct, yes. I play Betsy Simon in the Christian faith-based film Heavens to Betsy.
I will tell you, I am just loving the Pure Flex movie. I think we have Robert. Do we have Robert on there too? I think he's your producer.
We do. We got him on the line here. Here
Let's
he comes.
put Robert on as well. Welcome to the show, Robert. Hollywood Connections. Thank you for taking your time on this holiday weekend and being on my show. Are you there, Robert?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Dawn. Thanks for inviting us.
Oh, the reason I wanted to do this, I was in prayer one night and I was watching your movie and I was watching Heavens to Betsy and I said, what an adorable movie. Before we start, let's just, Peter, play that trailer for them. And it's going to the Starcom network with 47 other syndicated stations tomorrow. So this is going to be aired again. We'll be right back. Hold on, you two. We'll be right back. Listen to this amazing trailer.
Wishes. I've been writing books for 7 years.
What happens Tuesday?
God is gonna come through.
They didn't like the book.
You know, what did I do that was so bad in this life that you can't answer just one of my prayers?
Betsy Simon Bennett. That's you, right?
Yes, but no Bennett. Pastor John, we are still here.
And you are?
Betsy Simon.
Betsy Simon. Yeah, no.
My life, my entire life as I once knew it, has completely changed. Everything around me has changed. Everything but me. I no longer work at the job that I had. Miss Viscotti, you know who I am, right? Yes. Tell her.
You're the cat lady.
No! I'm married. I live in a mansion. Wow. And all of this because apparently the books I've written have done really well and have made me wealthy.
And this is bad.
Whoa. Do you know who that is? It's the boy that I had a crush on in the 8th grade. So God answered all of my prayers.
If what you say and believe is true, then you have the rarest of rare opportunities to see what those reasons were.
Mark, do you know anybody named Michelle?
Oh, I know a few Michelles.
Michelle Adderley.
No.
You're so busy being a celebrity, you can't even see what it did to you or your family.
Caroline, who wrote this?
Why, you did. She is currently working on her newest book. It's called Wishes Learns the Truth.
Bet you didn't see this coming.
God answered your prayers.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Nope.
Peter's loving this.
Kind of interesting. I kind of want to see it now.
Yeah.
I can see why.
Okay, so we're back. And so, Robert and Karen, I thank you again for calling in. And Robert, I see that you've been doing a lot of Christian films. What made you turn to Christian films for more faith-based movies?
Well, the straight-out answer for that would be God himself. I've been making films for quite a while now, about 13, 14 years. And I was doing all different types of movies. I did a time travel movie, a horror movie, a kids movie. I was just really just trying to find my niche in what I like to do and what I thought was, rewarding for myself. And then eventually I realized that almost all of my films had a subtext for God and had indications that there were spiritual things going on. There were messages or morals to all of my films. And I just went through a kind of a traumatic situation with my film previously to Heavens to Betsy, which was called Mind Over Mindy, where I had a situation where I thought I had a lot of money that was going to be given to me to make the film and found out that the person that I was dealing with was, shall we say, less than honest.
Right.
And I was heartbroken and upset, and my wife and I were like, why would God lead us down this path? Why would he bring us down this road, and just for us to fail like that? And then all of a sudden I was filled with the Holy Spirit, and he guided me to write a movie about my experience, about how my prayers weren't answered, and there was probably a good reason why there weren't. And I thought that made a great topic for a movie, and So I basically wrote the story with using other characters and everything who really kind of stood in for characters, real people that I knew, and kind of took the story and wanted to have fun with it. Of course, I wanted it to be a comedy because I've been writing a lot of comedies lately, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. And I kind of turned it over to God, and I said, okay, you're the producer. Let's run with this and let's see what happened. And wow, we've been having a tremendous amount of success with this film.
I love it. And I mean, I was watching it because it helps so many people in the show business arena. What they think that they want and what God has for them is even better, you know, and it's amazing. And can you give everybody your social media for you as well?
Social media?
Yeah, your Facebook, your Twitter, your, you know, anything that they can, you know, check out the movie and the trailer as well.
Oh, well, you can, on Facebook, it's Heavens to Betsy, a Robert Alanis film. So you can just type that in, and that'll take you right to the Facebook page. The website is heavenstobetsymovie.com. That'll take you to the website itself. And I don't have a Twitter account, actually, for the film. Well, but that's about it.
Now, a lot of people don't know. They're like, where are you seeing these movies? You know, and I met David A.R. White at the Christian Film Festival last year with Marty Jean at the International Christian Film Festival in Orlando, and which is a very exciting event. Have you been there yet to the Christian Film Festival?
No, but I've heard a lot about it, and the distributors, the people distributing the film, Vision Video, out of Pennsylvania, they've recommended different film festivals to me and stuff. So I will be exploring those for sure. That's
amazing. I have a lot of questions coming in from people. Karen, you're still on the air with us. How does working as a, you know, Christian actress in a faith-based film, how does that maybe have changed your life in, you know, in your, I would say in your prayer life and, you know, in doing Christian films?
I think first and foremost, what kind of struck me about this film, especially hearing Robert's story, and he did, you know, such an amazing job of bringing to life a hardship, that I think that concept of the movie being kind of in his experience of a part of his life where he was struggling, I think that right off the bat struck me of how amazing God can work in bringing people together. And so just hearing him talking about it, even to the, you know, I've heard that story a few times now, and I get goosebumps every time. You know, you're just like, you put it out to God and just say, help me solve this. You don't fixate on the end result. And I think that's the biggest thing I got out of this film. You know, you think you're going in just to do a film, and I've tapped in other markets. You know, this is my first time in the Christian faith-based film. I consider myself a highly faith-based person, but to be honest, a lot of the work that you get through an agent per se isn't necessarily that. And so when this came along, I think it stands out, and it you know that this is going to mean more than anything that you could possibly do, just in the sense of giving back and connecting with people. And it's such a great message. It's a beautiful story, and I was so happy to bring it to life.
I love it.
With an amazing cast and crew.
I love it. Now, Robert, how did you discover Karen? How did she audition for you? Can you give us a little insight? We have a lot of actors from all over watching us on the World Wide Web as well. What struck you to make, you know, say, okay, this is my main actress?
Well, this is a funny story, and Karen already knows it. She's heard me tell it a few times in other interviews. We were casting, we were looking for the lead character, and anytime you look for a leading actress who's going to be carrying the weight of the film, it's really, really the hardest thing in the world to do, because you know, if you make a bad mistake and you pick the wrong person, they're never going to deliver the goods. And so we knew, you know, we had a few people that we were looking at, and Betsy Simon in the original script was actually supposed to be closer to like 40 years old. She was like in her late 30s, early 40s. So when I was auditioning, I was looking at older women, of course, and we were not having that much success. I mean, it was okay. I found a couple that I thought could pull it off. And then one day, Karen came in, and she was reading for a much smaller role. Very small, as a matter of fact. And she came in, and she did these 2 lines. She only had 2 lines, and they just kind of really grabbed me. And she had this comedic timing and this way of knowing, okay, these are 2 lines, but how can I make the best of them? And she made the best of them. So, I mean, I was kind of intrigued, and I asked her, which I don't normally do, but because in my head, of course, Betsy is, like I said, late 30s, early 40s, and Karen's not younger. She's younger. So being the writer gives me the luxury of being able to change that if I want to. So I, casually asked Karen, I don't normally ask this, but how old are you? And I think she answered, was it 20? What were you, Karen, 22? 23?
I was 23 at the time, and I believe you said that was, kind of a lucky number for you. So again, some signs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, she said 23. And the reason it was a lucky number was because my past 2 films before this, the leading actress was 23 years old, and they did really, really fantastic jobs. So she did her little role. She walked out, and I went to lunch with the producer, and we're going towards the lunch, pick up lunch, and he looks at me and he goes, I think you found Betsy. And I said, really? And he goes, yeah, I think so. I think if anything, we should call her back. And that's what we did. We gave her a call back, and I think our casting director, Kristen, kind of said, well, we're calling you back, but it would be for the lead.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So I don't know how Karen responded. She could tell you that better than me.
Karen, that's so exciting. A lot of people want to know, too, did you have an agent to get to Robert? These are questions coming in. Or was it an open casting?
Sure. So, yeah, those are all... in this day and age, you're always like, how did these opportunities, I think there's so many opportunities out there. This instance, in particular, I did not get through an agent. There's casting websites that, fortunately for us actors now, we can use to market ourselves in addition to having an agent. And that this was something I, by chance, saw on one of the casting websites I applied for. And again, I got called in for, I think it was Michelle in the movie who plays, Mark's wife. And it was 2 lines, and that's the most important thing is, you go in and you give it your all. And I had fun. I had fun coming in and doing it. So
that's super great. Karen, can you give everyone your social media so they can find out who you are as well?
Sure thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So my Instagram is care_less. That's KARE_LES. And I do not have Twitter. I'm trying to think. And then, Facebook, Karen Moskowitz. You can connect with me that way. And those are the 2 that I pretty much use.
Awesome. I know another person just wrote me and said, what casting website was she on? Is it Castnet or, they're like, where? Because my show helps people get the opportunity because they want to send, pictures over and they want to get in more Christian films. And, that's what Marty Jean has over at the film festival for the Christian Film Festival in Orlando. Was that Castnet that you were on or?
No, so ones that I typically use that are, I think they're nationally based, but Backstage and Actors Access, I know that are commonly used by people. This particular film that Heavens to Betsy, I believe was on one of the Chicago Facebook forums. I do want to say, though, you have to make sure these things are legit and be very... make sure it's a reputable website. That's just what I will say, because I God forbid anyone seek out something and it's nothing that they should be doing.
Right.
So and you just kind of, and they're out there and talk with people and see how they're doing it. And I would say Facebook websites or those whether it's Backstage or Actors Access.
That's awesome. Chicago, Milwaukee is my home stomping grounds. I used to have my first agent over there was Shirley Hamilton. I know she's still there.
Oh, yes.
Back in the days. Now, Robert, people are also asking me as well, do you accept other headshots that they can send you from all over, or your next movies or whatever you're working on? There's an opportunity for that, as well as Oh, there's more coming in for scores for movies, and do you take new scripts? Oh my gosh, 3 questions.
All right. Well, we can start with the headshots. Well, usually, what we do is I usually hire a casting director, and I kind of leave it up to her as to where people can send headshots and resumes and that type of thing. And of course we do most of our filming in Illinois, in Chicago, and so we have had actresses come in and film from as far away as Atlanta, Georgia, and California. But of course, we don't pay for their their airfares and stuff like that. But if they want to be in the film, of course, they get paid the regular rates and that kind of thing. But no, a good place to probably keep track would be another social media, I guess, or website would be soul-productions.net, which is my company's website.
Okay.
And that's a good place to go, and that would be sole-productions.net. And on that website there, we always get people sending us headshots, resumes, and all kinds of different things. Or they sometimes have questions or stuff about projects that are coming, and if we do have a project that's coming, we'll put something up on that website for sure, so that people know, okay, we're casting for another film, and these are the procedures to do so. But we do like headshots and resumes for sure, and we also take sometimes video, like reels and things of that nature too. So,
awesome.
But the best thing to do is go to that website and go there, and then watch for an announcement of a future project before you do that.
Okay, awesome. And then scores for movies. I have a lot of singers that are always on my show, and they're Christian singers, and they're amazing. And they're always asking as well, do you take scores for movies? They can send over samples?
We have, I'm always looking for songs. I love songs. We have Heavens to Betsy, as you know. At the end of the movie, we have a great song called Heavens to Betsy, which was produced by Aaron Morales, and I don't remember the name of singer, but anyway, we put that song in the end credits, and it was written for the movie, which was great because it had a lot of lyrics that pertain to what was happening in the film and the moral of the story, that type of thing. So we're always looking for songs. Composers too, yes. Music composers we're interested in. But basically we just need, samples of their work and demos and things of that nature. Again, making sure that we have a project that, we'll be looking for that kind of stuff for, and you can find that out, like I said, on the website.
That's super great. I know Peter said, yes, hi.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to make sure you guys could hear me. It's Ariana.
Oh, hi, Ariana. Yes.
Really, at the first 10 minutes, it was kind of sounded really far away. I don't think you guys could hear me.
Oh no! Hi. So tell everybody what you do, Ariana. Yes.
Hi.
Welcome,
Ariana. Have you been here this whole time? I have. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt, so I let everybody, say what they had to say. But I wanted to make sure that you guys knew that I was here.
Thank you so much. I usually have my computer in front of me as well. I had one job to another. In the meantime, so tell everybody what part you played in the movie as well.
I play the role of Sally, which is Betsy's sister, and it was a lot of fun. Sally is pretty much, she's really definitely more edgy than Betsy is, and she's kind of, she's stealing from her sister and lying to everyone and just being very selfish and deceitful. However, ultimately, when the cat's out of the bag in the end, she realizes that, everything that she's done and the effects that it had on everyone around her, which in turn makes her, completely, turn her whole life around. It was a really fun, a really emotionally driven role, a very powerful role with Betsy. I really enjoyed it.
It was very heartwarming, and I could tell because people are going through this now. In the movie, as I remember, you had passed away, and when she got her wish, you were alive, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
And so you don't take anything for granted, and it really the messages were there for people to not take anything for granted, and what you have, and God has you on the right path, and I just welcome you to the show and thank you so much. And also give your social media so everybody knows who you are.
Yes, absolutely. You can find me on Facebook. Just look up Ariana Alexis. I have a fan page as well as a regular Facebook page. And you can also look me up on Instagram at ariana.lexis and on Twitter at ariana_Lexis.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hold on. I think, Peter, do we have another phone line that's open by chance? And I think I have one of my reporters, and it's with Hollywood Connections. I came up with an idea.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi, this is Teresa. How you doing?
Hi, Teresa is one of our reporters in California with the World Tourism Pageant, and we have many other reporters to help their career, and this is what they want to do and to interview. And I know Teresa has a question. We have Sabrina, actually her daughter, coming up very shortly. So, Teresa, do you have a question for any of them?
Let's see. For the actress Karen, what did you do to prepare for the part as Betsy Simon?
Sure. So, I mean, first and foremost, with any part, if we're talking technical acting wise, I mean, just knowing your lines inside and out. I think Robert, in the scenes he wrote for Betsy, I think she was in every scene but one, and it was a micro scene at the end where two actors cross each other in passing. And so I think for me, I knew it was very dialogue heavy, and to know your line inside and out is going to make everything run smoother. And then you get to the fun stuff, you get to peel back the layers of your character and kind of figure out what makes them tick. And knowing the lines right off the bat makes everything so much easier. And then trying to think what else to prepare for Betsy. I think for me it was brushing up on comedic timing, really, because I do have a strong improvisational background. I was exposed to it in high school. I participated in my college high school improv team, and I think improv is so great, and Robert, I think, is such a great director to work with having improvisational skills, because he allows you to have that freedom to add to it and kind of put some icing on some lines here and there. And so brushing up on my improvisational skills really helps me with comedic timing. He said, some of the Betsy antics reminds him a little bit of Carol Burnett. That's what Robert has said, and I think that's actually, I watched the Carol Burnett show with my mom. She loves those old time films and TV shows, and so she's someone that I would try and emulate in anything. Just her and Lucille Ball, I think they're just comedic
That's
geniuses.
wonderful.
And,
wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too,
and
I
have a quick question too for the producer,
Robert.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. How did you get the actress Karen, who plays Betsy Simon, to connect with the character?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the biggest challenge of any director is to get the actor to for the two to come together and come up with some kind of a viable character based on the material. Fortunately, I'm the writer, so that gives me a lot of liberty to be able to say, okay, this is what Betsy would do, this is what she wouldn't do, because when I wrote the script, Betsy is in my head, and I kind of see her. And as I said earlier, Betsy was originally going to be like in her late 30s, early 40s. So because Karen gave such a strong audition, we decided to change the age range and move Betsy into her 20s or late 20s. And by doing that, I could reinvent the character to some degree, and I basically, did that with Karen. Karen and I would talk a lot about the characters, and I'm one of those rare directors that believes strongly in rehearsal. I know there's a lot of film directors that, they just give the scripts to the actors and say, okay, let's go. Your call time is, 7 a.m., get there, and let's just do this. And then they kind of grab the moment on set. For a smaller budget film, it's not that easy to do. If you don't have multi-million dollars to work with, you have a limited amount of time to work with when you're on set. And to develop the characters properly, you really have to rehearse it. And we rehearsed in different places and went over the scenes in advance and tried to establish the characters early enough so that when we went on set, we were free to improvise at moments because we knew what the basics were and what were the most important things for the character to do. And Karen was, wonderful at that. I think we had a great collaboration going because there was never any point where I think we were confused about what each other wanted. And I was more than willing to give her the opportunity at different times to try things. And, sometimes those things end up in the movie and they turn out sometimes to be the best moments.
Awesome. I know we have another reporter, Teresa. Thank you for calling in from California. We're excited. She's going to be covering some wonderful behind the scenes of film festivals and some films up there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We have another Fort Worth, Texas caller. I want to tell you, this little girl, in about 10 minutes, we're going to play her intro on some things that she just covered. And I don't know if she's on the air with us. Peter, is she there?
No, she's not.
She'll be calling in a minute. She's like, oh, my God, it's busy. Call back. And so also, in the meantime, while she's calling back, can you tell us, the actresses, where did you get your training from? Can you give advice to new talent out there where you went for training in the acting world? Mine looks like a Santa's list. I've gone, Charles Conner, all this stuff, and like comedy school and all this training. So can you give a little advice? Because they may say, I want to follow her footsteps. I want to go to the school that she went to. Can you give some advice about that?
Sure. Ariana, I can start if you want to go right after me. I studied in college a bit. I was a business major, so I would say, though, this is what I would say about training is I think it's so important to diversify yourself in different areas. Major in it in college if that's what you want to do. To be honest, I was a marketing major. I learned about branding, which isn't too far off from what I kind of am doing now as an actor and branding yourself, and you kind of are your own asset and working with that. However, heavily improvisational background, as I said. In Chicago, I trained at the Green Room, Vagabond, and with AJ Links over at PR, doing a commercial workshop and stuff of that nature. So I say just get in front of the camera. You know what? In this day and age, go out and get yourself a camera stand from Amazon for like $10. Put your iPhone on it or whatever phone you have and just film yourself and get some practice. Because if you're on camera, it's very technical, and the quicker you can learn those things, whether it's a class or just by yourself looking up YouTube videos, I think the better off you are. And that's kind of what I've done myself. How about you, Ariana?
Yes, you know what? And it's funny that you said about taping yourself, because I can't even tell you how many times I have done that and how much it's helped knowing what you look like on camera and how you sound, and it's all about perfecting your craft. And there's so many different areas in acting and in this industry that, even for me, I'm barely scratching the surface of, the things that I want to, do and other things that, you're constantly learning. I don't think I'll ever stop learning. I went to a school, through high school, all through school, I was in theater, so definitely, for the younger generation, if this is something that you're looking to do as you get older, stay in school, absolutely get an education, and, just focus on, what your passion is. And if it is acting, educate yourself, go to school. I also did a lot of stunt training out here. You can go to just, local places. That's something that I enjoy doing. And just kind of get your feet wet. Improv super, super, super important because you never know. There's so many times that even whole scenes when you're on set that weren't in the script are just, kind of thrown in there, and you have to be able to feed off of the other characters that you're working with on set. So just, continue to keep educating yourself, and, the sky's the limit. Anything's possible.
I love it. I know we have another reporter of mine that I think is on the phone, Peter. You want to introduce? Hi, introduce yourself. Who's on the air with us?
Hi, I'm Ella Lozier, your world's pre-teen Miss United States tourism. It's nice to meet you, Miss Karen, Miss Ariana, and Mr. Robert.
Hello.
Hello.
I want to tell you, the crew from Heavens to Betsy, this little gal I'm so impressed with. She's a little actress out of Fort Worth, Texas, and I'll be sending you the rest of the show when we're done, but we're going to be playing her footage that she interviewed a couple film directors herself. And I know she has a question. Can you do your intro for us, sweetheart, and just say, reporting for Hollywood Connections?
Hi, I'm Ella Lozier, your world's preteen Miss United States Tourism. You are listening to Hollywood Connections on Can Talk Radio 106.1 FM.
Awesome. Peter, where's that hand clap?
Very good.
And Ella, tell everybody how old you are.
I am now 10 years old.
10 years old. All right, and what's your question for one of the producer or the actresses?
Miss Karen, playing Betsy on Heavens to Betsy is your first leading role, which has to be exciting. Would you say that building your resume or networking was more beneficial in promoting your career?
Sorry, say that one more time. Is it an either-or question?
Building your resume or networking was more beneficial in promoting your career.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So building my resume and networking, the thing about the Heavens to Betsy film was we had people from all over kind of the Chicago area, and it was a huge network builder. Just in regards to social media these days, you find someone and they know someone who knows someone, and it's gotten me other work. Totally. That's why I'm such a big believer in just bring a good attitude no matter what day it is, especially with independent films. Things can go long. It can be a long day, and if you enjoy doing it, you're never working. It's just a nature of the work, really. But always bring a great attitude, a positive mentality. Just be kind to everyone. Whether it's a PA on set or the director, writer, producer himself, Robert Adelines. Even the people who donated their, not just time, but their space. I mean, a lot of the locations that we film in, people just donated their space.
Wow.
In the name of this is a Christian film, and they want to support that, and they just wanted to donate by giving their coffee shop, their office, whatever. We had so many people just by the grace of God and by their good hearts donate that, and to just be so appreciative of that on a genuine level of taking care of the space, and even just wanting to go back and support them and go and grab a coffee at the Edge Cafe, wherever. Be nice to everyone. Networking
and let's not and Karen, let's not forget that church, that beautiful church.
Let's not forget that church. Yeah. No, that was
incredible. Well, I have to tell you, if you're ever in the Clearwater Beach area, any of you, please let me know. I'd love to have you be on the show with us. If you ever get to Florida, like I said, Milwaukee and Chicago is my old stopping grounds, and yeah, so please let me know. And, I know this goes so fast. We're going back to 2 hours in January. And I want to thank you both and all of you for calling in. And I tell people, they're like, well, how do I see the movie Heavens to Betsy's? And I said, you know what? You have to get the PureFlex and download that app. But you can also, I think, is it Roku and the Fire Stick that you can get on your TV set? I think it is that you can also do that, right? And I just, there's other, movies out there that you can watch and different things. But I'll tell you, I'm just getting more joy out of the PureFlex movies. And, and I do have to shout out, I read that movie, was it Heaven to Hollywood from David A.R. White. And that's another amazing book. And what he's doing with the PureFlex family out there and all these new Christian films coming in, we just want to keep bringing them on the air. So keep us in mind if I have a reporter over there, I'd love to bring them over and, have them be on the set interview behind the scenes once in a while. So keep me posted.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Great. Thank you.
Well, I want to again thank you. Again, this is a great holiday movie, and it's actually, I have so many people on Facebook that they just love these kind of movies as well, and it's so inspirational about your dreams and how God turns it around to say, hey, wait a second, you put me first and watch things happen. He's got a better plan. So again, Robert and Ariana and Karen, thank you so much for calling in. I've got to get our other reporter and get her footage on the air with us. And please come back and visit with us again very soon.
We will do that. And don't forget, it is also available on DVD.
There you go.
Just thought I had to mention that too. Amazon.com and many different Christian websites also have it available on DVD as well.
Super exciting. So get that movie. It's a great, great Christmas gift. That's a great stuffing stalker as well. And again, thank you. God bless you all for calling in. And I'm Dawn Reese, your Hollywood entertainment reporter, bringing you the best of the best in the Christian films. And God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, Peter, we have another film director calling in just a minute. But you know what? Let's go to her interviews at the Fort Worth Ella's Film Festival that she covered. So, Ella, are you still on the air with us?
She's not.
Oh, okay. Maybe she'll call back. And I've got another film director calling in. So let's just go to her interview real quick, Peter. Ella is one of my reporters. She's 10 years old. Check this out. I love this.
Hollywood Connections, Tan Talk Radio 106.1 FM. I am here with Ronnie at the Lone Star Film Festival. How are you, Ronnie?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Thank you very much.
Now, what are some productions that you directed?
Right now, I'm working on my own short documentary. We're actually going to make it a series. It's a comedy called Old Broads.
Wow, will I be able to watch it?
Absolutely you will. It's kid friendly. It's for all ages. So it's a lot of fun. Even though it's for older people, but it's going to be a really fun documentary.
Now, what is your social media if anyone wants to get more information on this production?
I am on LinkedIn. I am on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, so you can find me literally anywhere. It's Ronnie Hummel, so look me up.
Could you spell that out for us?
Yes. My first name is spelled R-O-N-I, last name is Hummel, H-U-M-M-E-L.
Wow, well, it was very nice to meet you, Miss.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job, by the way.
And I'm your world's preteen Miss United States Tourism in Fort Worth, Texas. You are listening to Hollywood Connections, Tan Talk Radio 106.1 FM. I am here at the Dallas-Fort Worth Lone Star Film Festival with Ariel and Jeff. How are you guys doing?
Great. We've been having a great festival so far, and we're really excited to be here.
That's great. How about you?
I love it here. Thank you for asking. This is beautiful.
Now, what is the name of your film?
The name of our film is Youth Men. It's a mockumentary, so it's kind of like The Office or like Parks and Rec if you've seen something like that before. It's a comedy, and it's about a group of kids who go to a Christian Bible camp.
And will I be able to see this?
I think there's some language in it, so I'd say it's about a PG-13 rating.
PG-13?
Yeah.
I'm not 13 yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
3 years left. Now, what is your social media so people can learn more about this film?
Yeah, so our film is Youth Men, and if you go to youthmenfilm.com, that's where you can find information, or you can go to our Facebook page, Youth Men, a Mockumentary, or our Instagram at FNFilms.
Could you spell out one of them so we can find you?
Sure. Youth Men is Y-O-U-T-H-M-I-N, and FN Films is just F-N-F-I-L-M-S.
Thank you. Well, it was very nice to meet you.
And that's what I do. I help these youth get out there on the red carpet. So we have another film director that we're really excited because our Georgia reporter is going to go interview him. Corey, are you on the air with us?
Yes. Hi. Hi, Don.
Hi, it's a pleasure. And so we have your trailer. And before, you want to just set up the trailer, what your movie's about?
Yes, just to clarify, I was the producer on our movie called Finding Eden. Finding Eden is a post-apocalyptic film, I guess more of a thriller, about a man and his family trying to survive in the world after the world is what we call the turn. So the world shifted, and so they're trying to survive, and he comes upon some stumbling blocks. His family gets kidnapped one day, and so he has to go on a journey to try to find them and bring them to safety.
Wow, amazing. And we're going to get more of an in-depth interview with you as well. And I hope if you're ever in the Clearwater area, I'd love to have you at the station. Let's go to that trailer, Peter. Stay on the air, Corey. We'll be right back. Amazing movie that we're going to talk about shortly here.
There's people out here have a settlement camp of some kind. They don't want to share. Damn shame, because that means I just have to take everything. Do you know what pain breakaway point is? It's where you have so much pain, and you're the tough guy, and you're protecting your family. But mostly because you think it'll go away. Then it don't. And the pain persists slowly. And you think it's gotta stop sometime. And your soul realizes that it's not gonna go away. Your soul breaks away from the pain. And it's at that point, right there, that you will tell me anything I want to know. Just to get your soul back. You've shattered
So, Corey, I know we only have 7 minutes. That's why we're sending a reporter over. Can you give everybody your website?
Yes, our website is findingedenmovie, all one word, .com.
Awesome. And you've worked with a lot of celebrities. It's so funny. I had texted you one night. You were laughing because I was talking to my phone. You're like, what did you say? And so I know it made me laugh too. I like to look back. I went, oh, Siri is miscommunicating. But in the meantime, you also had some recent celebrities that you worked with. Johnny Martino from The Godfather, correct?
Yes. That was actually one of the first feature films that I got the chance to edit. So aside from producing, my main passion is editing and color grading. That was kind of my first breakout movie that I got a chance to edit called Dead by Friday, which starred Johnny Martino as well as the late Richard Hatch.
Nice. Well, we're excited because our Aaliyah is going to come over there and she's going to interview you on the 29th and do a whole documentary on you that we can air as well. Also, questions are coming in. We have about 7 minutes left, and I know we have to end with Gene Anderson's Christmas song and some other questions are asking, do you accept headshots and resume, and where are you located?
Actually, our director has some headshots and a resume that he can probably provide, and he'll be there on the 29th for the interview as well.
Oh, I meant
yes.
I mean, people want to send them to you. They're like, okay, here's another director Dawn has on her show.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll be happy to take those. info@leftdigitalmedia.com is our email address.
Nice. Well, I'm again going to offer you, if you're ever in the Clearwater Beaches area, we'd love to have you come to our beautiful studio here and talk more. And I want to thank you. And that's what I do. I help promote the youth out there to be reporters, to help their careers and to interview people like yourself as well. And I so want to thank you for calling in. And I'm going to have you longer again in the next week when she does the interview. So we're going to have you call back. How's that?
That'd be great. I'd love to.
Awesome. Well, again, this is Corey. Give everybody your first and last name again.
Cody's. It's Cody. Cody, and the last name is Foltz, Foltz.
Cody. That's why I don't have my glasses on. Cody. This is Cody calling, another film director. Cody, thank you so much. And Hollywood Connections is helping people get connected in show business because people don't know where to go and what to do, and they need the right training and so forth. And we're going to have you as a special guest when she does the interview. We'll have you call back.
Thanks.
Awesome, Cody.
Thank you so much, Dal.
Thank you so much. All right, Peter, I know it goes so fast. We have 5 minutes left. And I do have to thank MyPillow.com. Please help support Hollywood Connections. Put in the promo code BEACH, BEACH. Order some pillows for Christmas and help us get a couple more hours on the air because it's of our audience that buys the pillows. It helps us stay on the air and get more airtime as well. And the Starcom Network, we want to thank them on Saturdays and Sundays from 3 to 4 on 47 other stations that they air our show. We're super excited with that too. And Peter, I know we have 5 minutes. Are our callers okay?
We're good.
We're good to go. So I also want to say that if you're looking for an agent, we have one under our show. That's the Screen Actors Guild. They want me to only send over professional headshots and resumes. And if you need good training, get that good training out there. Go to a casting director, go to a workshop. Of course, I work for Barbizon as a national talent director, and I'll be flying next week into Salt Lake City. Brr. I know. And let's end the show today. Remember, give all the glory to God and watch things happen in your life. And without Him, you know, it's around the circle in Paris, I say, and you try it on your own and you just keep going around in circles. So again, I just pray that you find Him, and that's what life is all about. And, you know, make sure you bless other people. That's the main thing. And thank other people that have helped you as well. Peter, I'm going to end the show with Gene Anderson's Christmas song. We're going to get Gene on again pretty soon. Look for the Man Cave show coming up, and go to HollywoodConnections.biz. Check us out. We'll be putting all our reporters up there. And for our reporters around the United States, we love you. Thank you for supporting our show as well. And let's listen to Gene Anderson. And he actually walked me down the aisle. He was one of the Funkadelics. And let's play that music, Peter, and we're going to end with that. Good night, everybody.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills.
FM 104.3.
Listen.
Who's in charge? I'm Richard Johnson. U.S. Border Patrol agent Rogelio Martinez was laid to rest today in El Paso, Texas. But the questions about how he died and how his partner was seriously injured a week ago remain.
Last Saturday night, Martinez was searching a culvert area along Interstate 10, about 30 miles from the Mexican border. This was part of his regular duties. After that, though, it is unclear what happened. We know that Martinez and another agent who showed up later both ended up being rushed to a nearby hospital with head injuries and broken bones as well.
Correspondent Scott McLean in El Paso, the still unidentified partner, has no memory of what happened. A serious turf battle over who is in charge of a federal agency that the Trump administration would love to kill.
On Friday, the director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Richard Cordray, resigned and named his chief of staff, Leandra English, as deputy director and his de facto replacement. Just a few hours later, President Trump stepped in, naming his budget chief, Mick Mulvaney, as interim director. The move setting the stage for a political and possibly legal battle and confusion over who would lead the CFPB come Monday morning.
Correspondent Boris Sanchez in Washington. Be a busy couple of days for members of the committee that ranks the top college football teams. The number one team most of the season, Alabama, lost to in-state arch rival Auburn 26-14. Earlier this weekend, Miami also lost its first game. Winning today as well, Georgia, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Wisconsin. You might not recognize the name Rance Howard, but he worked as a character actor in hundreds of movies and TV shows over a 6-decade career. Some of those films were directed by his son, whose name you will recognize, Ron Howard. On Twitter today, Ron Howard said his father has died at age 89. I'm Rich Johnson.
If you're like me, the holidays snuck up on you again. Last year, I didn't know what to get, so I picked up matching ties. Ugh. This year, I'm doing it right and getting shave sets from Harry's.com. Harry's is really the ideal gift. Memorable, yet practical at a great price point. For those of you that don't know, Harry's was started by two ordinary guys who are tired of overpaying for razors. They deliver high-quality blades for a few bucks. In fact, over 3 million guys have made the switch. Harry's understands the value of quality at a fair price, especially during the holidays. That's why they created elegant and customizable sets. Harry's even came out with a few special colors inspired by the holiday season, with gifts starting at just $10.